Kia ora everyone. I don't know who this goes out to. I just wanted to share. I just had just a moment, quite a few moments actually, and it was to do with um, a lot of my physio has been with talking with a lot of females, and the sharing and that sort of compassion, that sort of nurturing, sort of caring side. So really open to sort of listen and talk, you know, and from that experience of that, it's you get that, and so like my whole rehab has been part of that, and so today was quite a shift, or has been coming for a few days, is that my new physio or is going to be Brendan, so it's just like how things become sometimes when you think, oh shit, I better up the ante now. I've got a role model or a model person who's going to, I need to be right up to his standard. He's not in a wheelchair. I am, and I'm learning to do all these really difficult transfers, which require a lot of energy and a lot of practice and a lot of technique. But straight away my expectations just go through the roof, right? And because of those expectations, we easily can get not out of control, but we can really doubt our performance, or where we're at, or who we are. And if you're not taking a breath, if you're not turning around and just saying, well, actually I'm doing okay, I think I'm doing okay, so that's enough, and but through that whole time, I was thinking that if I'm not managing to do this lift, or to do it properly, then if I'm not doing 100% or doing it, I'm a failure, right? So all that sort of stuff comes back in, and it's interesting, as because the same thing can happen when you've got quite a few people around. Because all those expectations come in, or hey, I've got people that I need to. And it's not the fact that you need to impress; it's the fact that you don't want to fail. And the thing is, we learn so much from not failing, but from giving things a go. The failing doesn't exist. You can't fail if you give something a go. You're just working hard to achieve it, right? So hey, this is me talking, right, and what I've come through, and from what I understand massively, so through this I've really found, and Liz, you'll totally understand that, like me, because you asked me, Shane, how did your body feel, like what was all the feelings that you felt, like all of a sudden you start feeling really, like, was it anxious, like, so what's it feel like? Do you feel all tense, and the thing is, if I'm trying to do something, use all my muscles don't like it if I'm tense. They want to be relaxed and committed. If you tense them up, they're not going to work properly, so and that's the whole joy of using laughter through any sort of rehabilitation, or caring for something, in a nurturing state if you need to, but just to preserve that safety, and everything. But like, the laughter definitely allows to relax and to be more free, and before you know it, you've done it already, and and you didn't even realise, because you're so relaxed, and you're joyous in yourself, and then you're allowing yourself just to be who you are, so what I really wanted to speak was to talk about that, and and I think the biggest thing was, like, you're talking about two people, like these the principle of me doing the work, but there's also the connection of that connection almost has to work, and this is totally what we are looking at, maybe embracing it at the cafe, is that the whole one size fits all doesn't work, so therefore you're gonna have to be able to relate, to understand, to be able to sit and listen, and to tell people where you're coming from, so Brendan was just like, well, actually, I don't know what makes you tick, mate. You've been here the whole time, but we've never really crossed paths, to say g'day, and so he's been the only man roaming around, and I've always wondered, oh, who's this guy? And now he's actually going to be the main factor of like where things are going to be when I leave, as my physio, which is, and I've had, not that I've had issues with men, it's just like male doctors and other things that have been really sort of, not, I wouldn't say egocentric, but the way that they've really related to me have really come across really undignifying in the way that they put you down, and or they expect you, or they actually put you in a box, and make you feel not good enough. And I had a conversation with someone about this today, and I love having these male conversations. I get a lot of differences with how I've conversed with females, with my other physios and my OTs, and the playful relationships, and then the men is, it's like, how do we get life? We've been going through this, and then you form how you've been in opposite parts of the world or New Zealand, but you've been doing the same sort of thing, and and through different sort of ways. And so I started talking to Brendan about what makes me tick, hey man, first thing was I went through mental health. I went through a lot of stuff, of a lot of like hating myself, and no belief, no everything, losing passion, just absolutely everything capitulating on itself, and imploding, and talked, and went into suicide and stuff. So like, the dude, he's a guy, right? So I'm emptying everything out on him, but it's actually, he's a professional at this stage, so we're sort of working on, it's not actually the methods or anything. He's just there plain as a listener, listening to me. I was sort of like, hey man, are you ready for this? But I'm not trying to give him the eye opener view. I'm just trying to relate and share, and he's just like, whoa, straight away. And I haven't even I've only swung and missed the ball. I haven't even hit it yet, and it hasn't even gone for a home run. The dude hasn't even pitched. So it's yeah. So I share my story and share pieces of it, and man, I'm just like, I'm really feeling like crying, and my heart is just so open to that whole experience, of what someone else might be going through, because that's what I really get. If I'm going through it or have gone through it, then someone else totally is, and many else is doing it, and many other families, and other women who are struggling, and but from a male's relationship point of view, and then relating it to kids, and so I simplified my life. Obviously I sought help, and all those things, and to think that the help, it's not the fact that the help didn't work. I still had to go through all these things, take on board what I was working with Liz, and everything, who was catching me, my safety net of Jamie and of Maura, and the people that I'm talking to, that helped me through things, like, and that time with Annalise, and I forget who else was there, I forget her name, but the English girl, and I shouldn't forget, and ants ants are crawling on me, yeah, it's eating me, and through, and all of that, and it all plays a part, and all plays a role in your healing, or your grabbing you and holding you, knowing that you're loved and supported, even if you're going through all that hurt and all that pain, and all that sort of, doubt in yourself, and disbelief, and being absolutely so hurtful towards yourself, and you're the whole time, when you come out of it a bit, you're held, you're embraced, you've got a shoulder there, you've got someone who's rubbing your back, or someone that has really seen you for you, and just say, man, like, I've got you, someone that's gonna sit down and listen to you talk when you're going through a hard time, you know, while they're eating breakfast, you know, and you're sipping on a mocha, and you know, and you do that plenty of times over and over, and you share with them, and you think, well, I'm never gonna get there, you know, like you're just hearing my story of me just being an absolute dickhead, you know, because I hate myself, you know. I'm nothing, I'm rubbish, you know. Why are you even here? Why are you even listening to me? You know, and all of that stuff. But underneath, there's a soft side. There's a cry for help. There's a, why am I actually here talking to you? Because I really value you as a friend. Well, if I value you as a friend, then something's good in me, right? You know, and going back 6 months or a year ago, I never knew you. You know, I never knew the people at the retreat. You know, at Taranaki retreat, like, you know, but all of a sudden you're immersed in something without you really knowing it. You know that care's there, that you've got the phone to pick up and to connect with people. You know, and that's what I got all out of talking to Brendan. You know, because he's sort of like, well, actually I've heard a lot of like great things about Taranaki retreat, and I'm just like, wow, you know, this is Christchurch, and obviously we're at Burwood Hospital, and you know, so I was just that whole time before then I was sitting there going, I'm not getting it. I'm shit. No, I'm not that I'm shit. Man, I need to be doing better. So the expectations of myself was just, you know, not unachievable. You know, it's just like seeking perfection when I didn't even know what the height of perfection was, because there is none. You know, it's just all about me doing the best I can. You know, and so we had our chat, and he was just like, well, blown away, and I talked about suicide and talked about volunteering and hopefully, you know, opening, and talked about the cafe, and talked about creating a space, you know, a space of hope, people like from the ground up, you know, to get people in, to get sharing, you know, to you know, to achieve the things that everything is micromanaged in the system of ours, and just stripping all that away and just connecting with people, you know, and seeing what ticks, just like what Brendan asked me, and I told him what ticks, you know, and I told him about, you know, my snowboarding experiences and everything else, and you know, and I said to him, well, I wouldn't been able to talk to you about this unless I'd gone through a lot of that healing and all that grief and everything, and no grief and no pain is like anyone else's. Everyone goes through theirs, you know, and that's the whole thing of putting something together. They're having that 12 hours of hope, raising money, raising awareness, and it's gonna create that safety net, you know. It's you know, and that's why we're gonna have a place that's gonna stay open later, you know. That's you know, it's going to have a place of a lot of care and a lot of kindness, you know, and not just words, you know. It's going to be filled with guys like me and girls like you, you know, and just anyone, you know. So that's my talk. So I left there, and he was just like, buddy, like, man, like, you actually are achieving way above standard. We're thinking you're meant to be here, and you're way up here, buddy. You know, and I'm just like, so straight away, you know, like, because we want that something to validate. You know, it's sort of like us going through a tough time, or something going on, or something bad. We feel like we need someone to validate that we're shit, you know, or you know, and same as good, but like, because that's what we're used to in this world, you know. Are we good or bad, or you know, where do we fit in, you know? But really, it was none of the above, because it doesn't need to be, you know. Like, what my rehab is my rehab. you know, and if he's going to set a mark and just say, well, actually you're here, well then that's what it is based on his standards. But for me, it's all about feeling that, embracing what I'm doing and doing it so well, and embracing the people that are around, and being so thankful, you know, and telling them that I love everyone, you know, and that's no lie. It's definitely no lie, and it has helped me come a long way in life, you know. Like, I woke up this morning thinking I am such a different person than what, you know, still the same in many respects of way I look or anything like that, you know. You know, I might be getting away with a bit of facial recognition there in some places, you know, supporting Canterbury. You know, who chose this t-shirt? I didn't, you know. Laura, my nurse, did, you know, because I was too busy. I went to bed early and, you know, didn't get stuff out to dress me, so that's what I get. I joined the Canterbury Club, but you know, everything else sheds amber and black. But I don't have to be part of a crowd either, you know. I'm part of everything, and it was really good. So I rolled out of there knowing that I learnt something today. Learnt something a lot about myself. Learnt something how I am, or how I am around maybe someone from a different position, and as a professional side of a relationship. You know, so I've gone from the female physio to the male physio, and thinking what the expectations would be, you know, because that role and interchange of how we react, you know, to things, or my expectations, you know. So yeah, just huge, you know. So I went away from there kind of like pretty much blessed be all of that, you know, that has happened, and pretty much praise God for that. It's that I'm living and thriving, and thank you for this nurturing and this holding, guys. Thank you for holding me and keeping me in your spirits and love, and all that warmth, and the shedding of tears, and the happiness and the joy and the laughter, you know. Thank you for holding me there, because it allowed me to see myself for who I am, and to grow no matter what. If I've gone through another traumatic time and been in a wheelchair, you know, I can do this, and it makes me who I am, but it makes me someone that is valued for other people, and that's my life, you know. And I'm so proud to have that for my life. And you know, pride is something in yourself if it's different, but the being proud of what you're a part of, you know, and to know that you can share it from your heart, it's a real joyous moment. And you can walk away from something, and know that you learnt from it, and you're still here, and because you found this in yourself, that your love is there, you know. No one can take that away from you. That's yours, you know. And you can free yourself from anything, you know. And I'm just so damn so damn happy, and I just wanted to share that with you. So my aroha goes out to all of you for listening, and bless you all. Thank you. Ka kite. Take care.